we're going to work on the teardrop shape, and you can do this on the blue loom and you can do this on a red loom. And the blue loom is going to be, if you're doing a bra, then you'll want to use the blue loom for an A cup, a B cup, and it does good with the C, but if you want a little bit more extra to work with, then you want to switch to here. And this can go as high as a triple D. And to use the next size up, which is a 29 to 30 peg loom, and I'm going to show you how to do the teardrop shape. So first you want to E-wrap all the pegs. Okay. Push all the loops down. Alright, next thing you're going to do is you're going to go back the direction you came. And you're going to knit. So you're going to toss it over. And the reason why we're doing this is the tighter area under the bust. Under the bust. So that when you do the teardrop shape, it has room to expand around the breast. Okay. Push down all your pegs. And go back the other direction. So that was row 1. And you're going to do this for 5 rows. So it should be about that big once you stretch it out. So go in, and this is row 1, so do this 4 more times, and then we'll come back and start the breast part. Okay, now that we've done our 5 rows, we're going to E-wrap all the rows. This is where we're going to start opening up, so you want to E-wrap all your rows. This is a single strand. You don't need to double up because you want it to have a very open feel to it, so that whatever color bra that you put over this it shows through. It shows through, and there are some wonderful effects that you can get. I usually choose a neutral color or something similar to my base color. Because I'm working with a brighter multicolored, I'm actually choosing yellow because the belt I'm making to go with it is going to have a yellow base with chainette, pink chainette fringe, and so I'm going to do a similar thing when making the bra for this. Okay, next thing you're going to do is you're going to skip the first, take the next peg, pull it over. pull the bottom loop over the top. Take the next peg, pull it over, take the bottom loop, pull it over the top. Do this all the way around and make sure you have one on the end that stays, that doesn't move. And the reason for this is so that you actually get an edge on it to make it easier to sew onto the bra. And now you want to E-wrap all the pegs, which means you're doing an E-wrap, yarn over, E-wrap, yarn over, all the way around. Cross every other loop over. E-wrap all the way around. Toss every loop over. Push all the loops down. And then you want to go in, and now that you've got them solidly on there, you're going to go in and you're going to do the same thing again. You're going to take the next loop, put it over one, toss the bottom loop over. And as you can see, there's a hole developed. And I'm going to do this 3 times for the larger size. When you go down one, you go 2 times, particularly an A cup. But if you want to make it larger in the smaller size for a C cup, do the 3 times. B cup, do 2 times, because this does expand, it does stretch. And so that's how you're going to do it. You're going to repeat what we just did, the last 2 rows, and you're going to do that 3 times. This is if you want to add beads or coins. I'm not going to show a full row because I don't really want to add beads or coins in this way. I'm going to add them separate. And you can do that. But when you go to take the next one over, you can take a crochet hook to do this. Or you can take and stick the bead through that loop that you've taken off and pull it through if you don't have a crochet hook. If you have a crochet hook, it's real easy, and it's particularly easy with pony beads. And pull the bottom loop over. And as you can see, you now have a bead there. You can do the same thing with coochie coins, because the coochie coins have a little loop at the top. You can send it through the loop and then put it on there and then take it over. So that's how you add a bead if you want to add the bead. this is what we have done so far. As you can see, that's 3, and you can see if you did 2, that's how many you'd have right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to start decreasing it down to create the top part of the teardrop shaped panel, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And we're going to start decreasing on each end, so go ahead and decrease by 1 on each end. And then we're going to start our open section again, and we're not going to be able to start with the one we usually start on, because that's the one we usually start on. But we're not going to start with the next one either, because that's one of our stationary pegs. And the way to tell which one's not stationary and which one is you want to look for where the hole is, go up, and that's a moving peg. As you can see, that's a moving peg. And the great thing is, once you find what your initial moving peg is, where your open area is, then you know where to start moving your pegs over. So we're going to skip that one because it's a stationary, and we're going to move to the next one, which is a moving peg. Move over, toss the bottom loop over. Do this all the way around. Okay, now that we've got that, let's push all our pegs down. E-wrap, E-wrap, yarn over, E-wrap, yarn over, all the way around. Push all the pegs down, and then what you're going to do again is you're going to decrease by 1 on each end. And then you're going to E-wrap the whole row. Toss all the bottom loops over. Push all the loops down. And we're back to needing to do the open section again, but we're going to decrease by 1 on each end. And we're going to continue to find your next open peg, which is right there, and move it over 1. Toss the loop. Do that all the way around. Push down all the pegs. E-wrap all the pegs. the loops over. Push down. Decrease again. Ear up all the pegs. And you basically repeat these 2 rows where you do the open area and then you close it up until you're down to your ending pegs, whether it be 7, 10, or 15. Decrease again. Find your next opening, which is right there. Right there, and that's the one we move over. And continue this until you're down to 7, 10, or 15. If you're going a larger size, then 15 to 20. It ranges in anywhere from 3 to 5 ones you want to finish off with. So continue this until you get down to 10 or 15. If you're doing the smaller size, 7 to 10. Okay, I've put mine down to 11 because this is an odd number. So anywhere close to those numbers that I listed. Mine's down to 11. And so now I'm just going to knit 5 rows back and forth, and then I'll cast off. Okay. Now we want to cast off, in which you lift up, put the original peg, the first one underneath the second one, toss over, and then pull your extended loop over, toss over. Pick up, toss over, bottom loop, and toss over. Put the first loop underneath the second one, toss over, wrap, toss over. Okay. This is what you've got. And you're like, well, where's the teardrop shape? Of course, snip your ends, pull through. you're going to tighten the cast on. And the reason how you're going to do this is find your tail, go to the opposite end, and pull the most obvious loop. Pull the next most obvious loop, and then the next, and then the next, and then the next. Some may give you a little bit of trouble. There's a knot in there connecting your yarn. Gently just pull it through. And you see it's starting to tighten it. And if you tighten all these up, you get your teardrop shape. And I'll go ahead and finish tightening up my cast on, and then I'll show you how it fits over a bra. Okay, this is how you're going to fit your teardrop, as you can see now, onto a bra. And I'm using a double D bra, even though you can put this on a triple D, and I'll show you that too, and on a soft cup, because at some point they turn into soft cups. And quit being hard cups. I'll be honest, hard cups are easier. And what you want to do is you want to pin it in all the way around. And if it's a little loose and you want to try folding it under, you can. But I suggest pinning it in as you go around. And as you can see, this one's a little big. If it's a little big, you can fold it under, or you can move it over more past the area. But as you can see, there it goes, it fits. So you want to sew it up like that. And what I always like to do to touch up this top end is I always like to add a nice rhinestone or a nice button or something along those lines to the bra. So for a triple D bra, I went in and I pinned all the way around the edge, and I'm kind of using a mannequin's head because, you know, triple Ds are kind of big. But as you can see, it stretches out quite a bit over the bra itself. And if you have a little extra, like this has a lace overlap, it's not exactly necessary, you can cut that down and pull that back some. So, for instance, I'll fold it back and show you how you can do it. So that you know that you do have a little extra if you want it. Because a lot of the times they don't really allow you much room for cleavage. So fold it back to give you a little extra. You can cut it, but I use this for a lot, so. Okay. Because we've done that, that opens it up a little bit more. Let me get the head to make it more solid for you, so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So as you can see, it fits on there, and when you sew it down, it allows the room for stretch. So if you're a bigger busted woman like I am, this makes it easier for you to make costuming. And there's plenty of kind of glittery yarns out there that can make it shinier, and then when you add silver or gold beads to it, it makes it even more interesting. So there you have it, your soft cut bra. And all you do is you pin it around the edges and you have where it fits on. And you just choose the color you want. White's neutral. I mean, you can cover, if you make your own bras, you can cover it with whatever you want. But this shows you how you can put this on a larger cup bra that's soft cup. If you're a larger woman to triple D and up, you can use this pattern. And you can add, since this is so smooth down here, you can add the gold coins, or you can add other trims to easily sew in and glue down. And then you can have the beads here and the coins, and it just makes it entirely easier to have a bra for costuming if you use this basic teardrop pattern. You can also use this in the smaller size to add to a belt, to connect your bra and your belt. And what you're wanting to do is you want to do the smaller size, and you want to do it in the blue loom. And when you do that, then you want to do the same thing as if you were making a small cup size, and you want to make like 6 of them if you have larger hips. You just guide on how many you think you need. I usually do about 6 of them for larger hips, and you line them up so that you have this teardrop shape all the way around the hips, and then you make like a belt to connect them to with a really nice ribbon. And that's how you use this teardrop shape to make costuming for if you're a larger size girl.